南無妙法蓮華経 A strange story, Christ. Hello everybody, this is Nikki channel. I am Nikki Saito, the head priest of Myokenji Temple, which is one of the head temple of Buddhism. Now, I'm going to talk about twin Jesus Christ and the Buddha. Many gods, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have appeared to me. However, Christ has not yet to appear. But I had been able to clearly sense Jesus' heart. I hadn't felt this sensation as much recently, but I finally met him in the other world. I had previously imagined Jesus as pale-skinned with long hair and beard, but the one I actually met had a slightly rounded, softer face, curly, not long hair, a short curly beard, and a darker skin. His face resembled a Greek Orthodox icon, a slightly rounded, softer version of the modern-day face of Ukrainian President Zelensky. And to my surprise, he was a twin. They looked so similar that I couldn't tell which was Jesus. Both of them seemed kind, but I thought the one with the kinder consciousness was Jesus. I sensed from them that they still felt they had a lot left to accomplish in this world. Buddhism and Christianity appear to have different teaching, but the Buddha of fundamental Buddhism viewed rebirth and death on this earth as suffering, and specifically the path to liberation known as the Eightfold Path. Jesus, on the other hand, seemed to have preached faith in God and love. He seemed to have preached sharing with others, sharing what you have and the wealth of your heart. What is known as Mahayana Buddhism is said to have been established in the Gandhara region in northwestern India in the 1st century AD. It is said that Saint Thomas, one of the 12 apostles, went there and spread the teaching of Christ. In 52 AD, Saint Thomas arrived in what is now northern Kerala state, where he founded 7 churches and later died in Chennai. It is said that Saint Thomas performed numerous miracles which led Brahmins who saw them to convert to Christianity. It is thought that Jesus' idea was introduced into Buddhism, but there is also a story that Jesus Christ originally trained in Japan and India, attained enlightenment and preached in Israel. So he enabled him to perform many miracles. He distributed 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish to 5,000 people. He performed many miracles, such as raising the dead and being impaled himself, but resurrected and coming back to life, which made him extremely popular. Even today, Takashinji, who has since passed away, performed many spiritual phenomena during his lifetime and attracted many people. Jesus was a superstar. If there was someone who could heal the sick and cure the blind and lame, many people would flock to him. I too would like my brain to be healed, so I'm sure I would go to someone like that. Jesus was extremely popular. He is like Sai Baba of India. He must have learned the Bhakti faith in India because he advocated a return to the fundamental spirit of Jewish teaching. He was persecuted and imprisoned by Jewish authorities, the Pharisees. His later resurrection is said to be proof of the existence of God. But because they were twins, was it Jesus who was imprisoned and also Jesus who was resurrected? It's unclear whether they switched place, but Jesus later returned to India and Japan, where his tomb is said to be located in Herai village, Aomori prefecture in Japan, while the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Israel, Jerusalem, is generally depicted to as Christ's tomb. The Herai village tomb was discovered by Takenouchi Kiyomaru and others in 1935, Showa Era 10. What was the purpose of Jesus' missionary work? He wanted to create a peaceful nation where everyone could live together and help each other. He wanted to create a world of mutual support centered in faith in God. The Lotus Sutra of Mahayana Buddhism also teaches us that we are reborn and die, that through training we can attain Buddhahood and create a Buddha kingdom. It advocates the creation of peaceful and equal pure land on this earth. These two philosophies are very similar. They developed from the idea of being this world as suffering and attaining Buddhahood and liberation from it, to the idea of making this world itself a pure land where people can attain Buddhahood. What about when we look at the modern world today? Russia has been attacking and threatening Ukraine with nuclear weapons, and Israel, the descendants of Jesus, is persecuting and fighting against the people of Gaza. If they realize the true ideas of Buddha and the heart of Jesus on earth, this world would be peaceful paradise, but this is not easy. Therefore, we must view the current situation actually. I have looked at the twin Jesus figure and found and could not find out what this means, and I believe that in time various truths will be conveyed to us from his heart. In any case, we must devote our faith to the living original Buddha chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo and realize a world of Buddhahood on this earth. To achieve this, we must abandon self-preservation, ego, selfish desire, ignorance, and anger. We must choose to live together. Hand in hand, Saint Nichiren believed the original eternal Buddha, became one with the Buddha, practiced the true teaching, and sought to build a Buddhist land. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and rate the channel. See you again, everybody. 南無法蓮華経